Welcome to this special edition of Arkansas AgCast. I'm Ken Moore and I'm with Matt King. Matt is the Director of National Affairs for Arkansas Farm Bureau in our Public Affairs and Governmental Relations Department. And Matt, today, July the 1st, is a very, very important day for American agriculture. Why is that?
Well, Ken, this is a day that we've been waiting on for many years now. Since the new administration took over about 4 years ago or so, had a lot of uncertainty what was going to happen with NAFTA. NAFTA is a hugely important agreement, was a hugely important agreement for agriculture because of the rice that goes into Mexico, the poultry products into Mexico that we produce here in Arkansas, plus those same products all these major products we produce here in Arkansas all go into either Canada or Mexico. They're our number one, number two trading partners as a state. $3.2 billion worth of our agricultural products are exported out of Arkansas into Canada and Mexico. So it's very important. And today, finally, we see the implementation of the new USMCA agreement. This new agreement has a couple of wins for agriculture in it. Primarily, it was do no harm because with the NAFTA agreement, most agricultural products got a 0% duty phased in over time. Those duties are in place, so we have 0% duties on most agricultural products, but products like eggs, products like milk, some timber products didn't have that same luxury because especially in Canada. In Mexico, everything's duty free. So we have complete access down there. But in Canada, they have a supply management program where the government manages what comes in, what goes out, so they can make sure they do the best prices for their producers in those countries. So we had some tariff rate quotas, which limit the amount of products that can come in. Anything that comes in under a certain level comes in at a very low tariff. If it comes in at a high tariff, or if it's over that level, the tariff goes up to 200% or 300%, 400% in some cases, making it very uncompetitive, and we just don't export anything once it gets over the tariffs. So we saw the expansion of some of those quotas. We saw, and those expansions will allow us additional market access. We got some clarification on the milk markets for types of products and things, that the classifications for those products, which are all wins for agriculture here in the United States and Arkansas.
Yeah, and go into a little more detail about how this really improves NAFTA as far as our relations with Canada for the dairy producers and other markets that under NAFTA, they really weren't getting a good deal.
Under NAFTA, there were some limitations. Like I said, those tariff rate quotas were very low. We saw the negotiation and raising those to where there's millions more dollars worth of products will be able to leave the United States and go into Canada. We saw Canada over the last few years change some classification structures to give them, to limit some of the U.S. products coming in. So we got some of those key things taken care of. Most important thing here in Arkansas with the egg production and things like that we have here, getting that additional quota, getting those higher numbers means that we're going to be able to export more of our poultry products into Canada, because just like everything, they're going to have that supply management program in place. So anything that we get to increase that quota means additional market access for our products because they're typically a lower cost and better quality.
And how important is it to get to this point and have USMCA fully implemented now in the middle of this pandemic? Because our poultry industry, dairy industry, all of our commodities have suffered during this pandemic. And so gaining this new access and these improved export opportunities has got to be key.
Ken, the most important thing that we've seen with this agreement has been certainty. Because if you look across agriculture over the last few years with the trade war going on with China, with some of the other challenges, then this pandemic on top of that, there's been a lot of uncertainty for our producers in Arkansas and across the United States. And having this agreement in place, knowing that we're going to have access to our number one and number two trading partners is very important for us going forward, because the rice market, the poultry market, soybeans, corn, all these products, beef markets, all these products that are produced by our growers here in Arkansas now have basically guaranteed access into Mexico and Canada, because now this agreement's in place. We're not fighting over this. We don't have these threats that we're going to rip up the agreement and different things like that that can impact the market. So hopefully with this in place, we see our market share of 90+% for many commodities into Mexico. That's safe. Mexico isn't now going to, hopefully it's going to stop going to South America and others trying to negotiate how we'll build a bigger port so we can import your products, and those are just competition for us. We don't want to have that kind of uncertainty hanging over our producers, because we want to keep those large market shares. We're a good, reliable source of products. We want to be able to keep those markets open so we can continue to export what we produce.
That's great. Well, thanks for sharing that with us today, Matt. And finally, in the middle of what's been a difficult last 3 to 4 months, we have something to celebrate and look forward to.
Hopefully we have more wins in the future.
Hopefully we do. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Ken.